one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. 3, 2, 1.
Jambo Uzuri Watoto, which means hello, beautiful children in Swahili, and welcome to Family Rewards of Life. My name is Gloria Kirkland-Holmes. I am your hostess today, and we are very honored and privileged to have in the studio with us today some beautiful children from the Poynter Elementary School located in Waterloo, Iowa. Accompanying these students today is Miss Dorothea Bovey, who is the counselor at the Poynter Elementary School. We'd like to also salute Miss Trista Monanoff, the very fine principal at the Poynter Elementary School. We'd also like to thank the Waterloo Community School District, along with KBBG radio station, for making the proper arrangements for these students to appear on Family Rewards of Life. Do not touch that dial. We're going to go right to our special guests and have them introduce themselves. So let's begin with you, Kennedy.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Albrecht and I'm 9 years old.
Thank you, Kennedy. Dustin.
Hi, I am Dustin Hoffman and I am 9 years old.
Thank you. And Madison.
Hello, I am Madison Lightman and I am 10 years old.
Thank you. And Eli.
Hi, I am Eli. I am 9 years old.
And Eli, tell them your last name, please.
Salas.
All right, Eli Salas. And we were chatting. We have someone in our locations that are related. All right, so a salute goes to Mr. Derek Salas out at UNI and also Mr. Ryan Salas. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go to our special guest. And I understand there are some very important happenings at the Poynter Elementary School. And let's begin because we would like to salute today all of the veterans, all of the men and the women and the armed services who have been so wonderful in serving our country in times past as well as present. So let's begin with something that has just been happening at the Poynter Elementary School. Will you begin, Eli?
Yes. Yesterday we had our 3rd grade music program to salute the veterans.
And can you tell our friends out in Radio Land, what were some of the things that you all did at that musical program?
The 3rd grade sung some songs about the veterans, and one song they called up all the veterans and they sang.
Oh, that was nice. So you all had some veterans in your audience?
Yeah.
Okay. What a wonderful experience for everyone. How about any of you know someone who's a veteran? All right, let's go to all of our friends then. Let's go to Kennedy. You know someone who's a veteran.
I have a Brooke and she was in the Army but now she's not.
Okay. Do you know if she was like in the Army? Did you say Army? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was not my good listening ear that time. So your aunt was in the Army?
Yep.
All right. Well, we salute your aunt. What's her name?
Brooke.
Brooke. Brooke, thank you so much for serving in the armed services for all of us United States citizens. All right, thank you. Let's go to our friend Dustin.
My Uncle Sean is in the Army.
Okay, he's in the Army now?
He's just got out of it a couple weeks ago.
Okay, do you know where he was located before he came home?
Iraq.
Oh, he was in Iraq. And those men and women who served in Iraq did a very special time of service for helping the people in Iraq as well as helping for more safety and protection in the United States. So what's your uncle's name?
Sean.
All right, we salute you, Uncle Sean. Thank you for serving in the armed services also. All right, let's go to our friend Eli.
I had my dad, my grandpa, and my Uncle Roro in the Army. My Uncle Roro, I think, is still serving, kind of.
All right.
On and off.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that. So your dad was in the armed services?
Yep. So with my Uncle Roro, they were good buddies, but in different units.
Okay. So did they serve in the same location, like in the same area?
Iraq.
Iraq.
The same Army.
Oh, so they got to see each other all the way over in Iraq.
Yeah.
That was a very special closeness.
And then my grandpa served a long time ago.
A long, long time ago. So you come from a family with lots of veterans and people who are serving in the armed
Yep.
services. So let's get their names because we want to salute them also.
Ryan Salas.
And your uncle, did you say uncle?
Yep. And then my Rosine. I don't know his last name.
Okay.
And Dave Elcott.
All right. Well, we salute all of you and thank you, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Rosine, and Mr. Alcott. We thank all of you for serving in the armed services in days past and gone and now. All right. Anybody else have a veteran? And you know, you have another one? Okay. Okay.
I have an Uncle Brett that's in there right now.
Okay. Do you know where he's located?
I don't know.
Okay, but he's serving in the Army. And his name is?
Brett.
All right, Uncle Brett. All right, Uncle Brett, we salute you. And we thank you for serving our country. And we wish the best for you. Thank you so much. And to all of you out in Radio Land who are veterans, home as well as abroad, and those who have served in days past and gone, and some of them who have gone on to not be with us anymore, we'd like to thank all of you for your service to the United States and to countries all over the world. We can never find the proper words to say thank you. All right? Okay, now we're going to go thank you all for sharing that. Also, you have something else at your school, a canned food drive?
Yep.
All right, would you like to talk about that a little bit, Dustin?
Yeah, for the canned food drive, people bring in cans of food, and then at the end of the month, I think, we get them all, and we donate them.
Okay, let's have Madison help us out too. Madison, do you know why they have a canned food drive at your school?
So we can help the veterans and everybody serve.
Okay, well, thank you. We're glad that you have that food drive at your school, canned food drive at your school. All right, and does it go all the way to Thanksgiving or?
Yeah, and then whoever got the most gets a popcorn party.
There is going to be a winner in the kindergarten and first grade hallway, second and third grade hallway, and then the fourth and fifth grade hallway.
Uh-oh.
And then so that leads up to 3 popcorn parties for each week.
Uh-oh. So
It's competition kind of.
kind of competition. Oh, that's a good competition though, isn't it? So you all are in, let's see, Kennedy, what grade are you in?
4th.
You're in 4th grade, and Dustin, you are in 4th, and Madison, you are in
4th.
and Eli, you are in
4th.
Uh-oh. Now, are all of you all in the same classroom?
No.
Uh-oh.
We're separate. I'm in Miss Hateman's.
And you're in Miss Hateman's, and whose class are you in, Madison?
Miss Wolfensberger's.
Whose class are you in, Dustin?
Miss Wolfensberger's.
And how about you, Kennedy?
Miss Thompson.
Uh-oh, so we have real competition going here. So let's ask this question. Whose class is going to win?
Miss Hateman's.
Miss Thompson. Miss Wolfensberger's.
Miss
Definitely
Wolfensberger's.
been Miss Hateman's.
Oh, I'm going to check after Thanksgiving and find out whose classes won. All right, so they've got a big competition going on here, and they will make some families happy, no matter who wins. All right, so it's a good thing that you all are doing. So let's go back to our special guest now. And I'm sure some of you have some subjects or activities that you really like at your school, some favorite subjects or experiences. So let's begin with, Kennedy, would you begin?
My favorite subject in school is math because I like the challenge.
Like the challenge? So what are you all studying in math right now?
Right now we are starting to work on division and we're just finishing up some multiplication.
Okay. You like math too? Tell us about what you like.
I like math because my favorite subject in math is quick images. It's where you show an image for about 3 seconds, then you gotta write it down on your paper, and then they show it again for 3 seconds, and then to double check, then they leave it up at the end. And then I also like division.
Oh, I probably need that to help me kind of remember things now. And so, what kinds of images do you usually see? What,
Like we see like arrays of like dots and rows and all that.
so do you have to write that image down on your paper?
So like
Yes, and then
Let's-
if you have it, then
let's say on the board it shows 4 across and 4 down. You have to write 4 across and 4 down on the paper.
like you draw that picture and then
Yeah.
have it, and you want to have it right by the time you show it for the third time.
So what do you think are the benefits to doing an activity like that? Fun?
Yeah.
I think it is really fun.
Okay.
It's
And,
a game you get to do in class.
okay. Do you? What do you think that does for you to help you with your skills, learning skills?
To make them sharp. And then we're actually working on math right now in my class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. It's called image.
Quick images.
Quick images. All right, I need to remember that. And I'm going to start practicing some of that. That might help me with my memory. All right. Okay, let's go to our friend Dustin. Dustin, what is something you like?
My favorite subject is writing.
You like to write? Okay, and tell us about that. What kinds of things do you like to write about?
Nonfiction stuff.
Okay, fun, wonderful. And how did you become interested in writing so much?
In kindergarten, we started journaling, and when we started journaling, that's when I fell in love with writing.
Okay, do you have something like a diary? But do you have a journal outside of school or just inside school?
Outside too.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm reading a Hank storybook right now.
Okay, can you say it in the mic for us? And then I'm going to go to Madison.
I'm reading a book called Hank's Story. It's about this Hank and Peter, and then their parents died when they were only 8 years old. And then Peter promised their mom that he would protect Hank, but then later on they got adopted by the Olsons. And then Peter left Hank, and then Hank and Peter used to get abused by being in like with the whip and all that. And then Peter left, and then a couple chapters in the book, Hank left, and then Olson's had no help.
Oh.
And Mrs. Olson's a bad cooker.
Oh. You reading that same book?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go to my friend Madison over here. Thank you. Thank you, Eli. Madison, what is something that you like to do at school?
I like writing.
You like writing too? What kinds of things do you like to write about?
I like to write about just stories. It's fiction stories.
All right. So good. We have some writers in here and some mathematicians. That's wonderful. All right. Let's go to our next question. When you grow up, you're probably starting to think about this. What do you think you might like to do in life or to be in life? All right. Let's begin with Madison this time. Madison, when you grow up, what do you think you might like to do?
I'd like to be an author and a scientist.
All right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, because I really love science just as much as I love writing, and both of them together, I think it would be really fun.
So you could become a science writer.
Yes.
And we need lots of scientists, and we need lots of writers, because what would happen if nobody wrote books?
There would be no books.
Yeah.
We're lost.
The world
would
would
have
be...
good education.
Right, so we need to have many, many more authors, illustrators, scientists, and all of the people helping us so that we can become more scholarly as we grow up. Thank you, Madison. Let's go to our friend Dustin.
I want to be a mechanic when I grow up.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my dad's a mechanic, and sometimes I go down to his shop and help him out.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So what do you know about cars and trucks? And
I know a lot of what they use and how to do stuff with them.
okay, so how did you learn that? Did you just learn that by looking at cars and trucks, or did you have to look at books, or?
I read books and I watch my dad and help him.
Okay, so you're learning by what they call practical experiences, when you actually see people practicing, and then you're also learning to study about it. That's wonderful. Well, guess what would happen if we didn't have any mechanics? what would happen to our vehicles?
No cars.
cars.
Walking and bikes.
Oh, you're right. So
Not
we,
even bikes.
we're glad to have someone thinking about being a mechanic too. Thank you, Dustin. Let's go to our friend Kennedy.
When I grow up, I want to be a doctor or a nurse because I like to help people, and I think it would be good because if I like helping people, then I can help a lot of people.
That's really nice. And are you thinking about being a doctor that just helps all people, or are you thinking of a specialization like children or...
I think that I'm going to do it for children.
Okay, very good. My daughter's going to school, medical school, because she wants to be a, they call it a cardiac surgeon.
Oh, I know. I heard
You,
of that.
you've heard of that?
I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's a heart doctor to
Oh, yeah.
help with the heart. All right, thank you. Let's go to our friend Eli.
Well, I would like to be an author or in the army.
All right, talk about that a little bit for us.
Because Dustin knows I used to read lots of army books, 2nd through 4th grade. And I love army because my dad was in it, and then mostly a couple people in my family, so I'm really following on the generation.
All right, so you're already thinking
And
about
then I also write a lot of fiction books. And then I just love writing them and all that. Then I collect them and all that. And make series.
Oh.
You write a lot.
So you like to write and you like to read. And you're collecting a series of books?
Yeah, I'm writing a series of books.
Oh, you're writing a series of books. Wow, you know, there are some authors who write series of books like,
Magic Treehouse,
yeah.
Bunnicula, the Evil Bunny.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
You know,
Short diaries.
And guess what? The children are always waiting for the next book in that series to come out.
I'm waiting for the next Hank story to come out.
All right.
Next Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Well, very good. So you already know that we need people writing series of books as well as books. So, all right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's talk about, I know a lot of the schools are celebrating what they call Red Ribbon Week.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Madison, tell us a little bit about Red Ribbon Week.
Well, each day we'll have a special theme. Like we'll wear red, or we'll wear polo backwards to turn our backs on jugs.
Oh.
Or fun socks.
Or funny
Yeah.
songs?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit because those are good ideas to help emphasize.
There's a funny story what happened to me when I was hanging stuff. Well, anyways, when I was hanging stuff, the student council hangs like red ribbons and all that. And then, well, one time I was hanging a ribbon, and I accidentally put 2 staples in my finger, and then it was bleeding. I didn't know what to do, so I stuck it in my mouth. I just wanted to go on the floor.
Oh,
Instead of asking for bandage, he stuck it in his mouth.
oh, you were really emphasizing red
Because
that
it goes
day.
back in our body, anyways.
Oh,
And
so,
then it comes out again. And it comes out.
so you really were just emphasizing the color red.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was a funny story that went along with your work. All right. How about Kennedy? What do you know about Red Ribbon Week?
Well, on Mondays, like Madison said, we wore our red, and then we turned our shirts backwards on Tuesday, and Wednesday we did crazy socks, and then on Thursday, for Halloween, we get to wear our Halloween costumes to say boo to drugs, and then on Friday, it was Spirit Day, so we can wear any purple shirt.
Oh, cool. Now tell me about the crazy socks one, because I need to get a little help with that.
You can wear like socks that are, you can either wear mismatched socks or like just socks with crazy patterns on them.
Okay, and how does that relate to the Red Ribbon Week? It's just, what is it saying?
I think
Don't be a crazy person.
sock it to drugs.
Oh, sock it to drugs. Now I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sock it to drugs. That's right. We don't want to use drugs at all. So, thank you for clarifying that for me. All right, did everyone get to talk about Red Ribbon Week?
Dustin.
Dustin, thank you, Dustin. Go ahead.
Well, we would put ribbons around the school and posters up around the school.
Okay, and did the posters say something special?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're trying to help young children and students in your school to know that we don't want to use drugs.
Yeah.
Because,
And something that is kind of related to what we did yesterday, we were reading a group passage in our classroom, and it says, "Can kids tell other people to stop?"
Yep, that's
smoking?"
what we read too.
Like, there's kids that are starting to smoke, and for teenagers, and what we're trying to get them, and what we are reading about is that there's this group called the Rebels, and then there's some group in Florida, and they're marching around, over 700 of them. They're marching around and saying that kids shouldn't be doing drugs, and that drugs shouldn't even be around. And to 46 companies that are making like cigars and tobacco, they're paying $36 million for to 46 states.
Yeah. For
The government
giving
Yeah.
them
For making
drugs.
them pay.
For giving them drugs.
And
And
making
the money they made off the drugs,
They
give
have
the
to
money
give to
to
the
them for
government.
giving them drugs.
oh, is this something you were studying or reading or?
Yeah, I
We
was
just
reading
read
it,
it
and it was just a
yesterday.
passage yesterday that we were reading about it.
Oh,
We then we use like keywords and all that, like connections.
all right.
Yeah.
So they're now looking at the companies that actually make
Yeah.
the drugs,
And then they have to pay $63 million to every single state,
Yeah.
to 46 different states.
oh, and that was for the companies that produce cigarettes and cigars?
Yeah.
All right, so that's one way that they want to stop young people, especially from smoking, and even some of the older people, right? All right, thank you for sharing that. That's some new information that you all learned. Now, let's talk about, did you all have some contests at your school? And tell us about that, Eli. Did you all have some contest winners at your school?
For what?
Oh.
For the special event at your school? Oh, I already goofed up because you all already told me about that big competition that you're having with that food drive that I'm supposed to be checking on after Thanksgiving. That's right. And then I'm going to find out who the contest winners are. All right, so let's go to our next question because we are kind of winding down today. And those of you who are just tuning in, you are listening to these very beautiful children. Kennedy Albrecht, 9 years old, Dustin Hoffman, who is 9 years old, and Madison Whiteman, 10 years old, and Eli Salas, 9 years old. These children are from the Poynter Elementary School located in Waterloo, Iowa. All are fourth graders, and accompanying them today is Miss Dorothea Bovey, and the very fine principal there is Trista Monanoff. All right, we are going to winding our show down. Today we're going to ask our special guests. There are boys and girls all over the world, including Waterloo, Iowa. Some of them may not have food, clothing, and some of the children even lost their family members, parents to war. If you could do something to help make children's lives brighter, what would you do? Let's begin with Kennedy this time.
What I would do is I would try to I would get a group of people to come help, and we'd go over there, and we'd grab the kids and take them somewhere safe.
Okay, you take them to safety. That's wonderful. Thank you. How about you, Dustin? What would you do to make children's lives brighter?
I would donate things that I didn't like anymore or didn't fit me anymore.
Very good. So that means that you would give those clothes that you've grown out of, and even some of your toys that you no longer play with. That's another wonderful thing to do. All right, thank you. Let's go to our friend Madison.
I'd give them all supplies they need, like food.
All right, thank you. And how about our friend Eli?
Well, I'll get a group of people and then raise money to give them food, then take them to orphanage and make sure they get the money to go to a good school.
All right, so you would help with education and a place to live. You had something else to say?
One thing that I would do is, well, my little sister, she has all these toys and what she has, and so I think that, and she only plays with so many of them, so we can get rid of all the toys, but we all don't play with.
Okay, thank you. So you may know someone else who has lots of toys and gifts and clothing and other items that they can give to someone else. And that's a great thing to do. Thank you. Now, let's ask this question. You have a special gift or a special talent? Something you feel like you do very well. All right, let's go. Eli says he's ready. All right, Eli, what do you feel is your special gift?
Well, I think my gift is wrestling because a couple weeks ago I won nationals, my first national tournament, and then I had one kid in my bracket, and I think two or one kid didn't make weight. So I had to wrestle one kid, and I'm going to be getting JB Elites.
Oh, so you won the national wrestling competition? Yep. Where was this located? Was it in Waterloo?
It was at the Unidome.
Oh, at the Unidome. Okay. And do they have it by age level, weight level?
They had it by, I was wrestling 130 and I weighed 127, 125. And then the other kid weighed 131. Closest weight to 130.
All right. Well, congratulations to you for that national honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to my friend Madison. Madison, what is your special gift?
Writing stories.
Writing stories. And do you have like a journal or a book that you write in when you're at home or just at school?
No, but I do have one at school, and I write all my stories in there.
All right. So by the end of the school year, how many stories do you think maybe you've written? You would have written?
Around 30.
Ooh, that's great. Well, congratulations. Dustin, what do you think is your special gift or talent?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Tell us about that.
Well, I could break through a board of wood, and I was really good at it. I was always there almost every day.
Really?
I got really good at it.
Ooh, so you can take your hand and you can break a piece of wood?
I
use
also
my
need to.
ankle.
Excuse me?
I use my ankle.
Oh, you use
He
your
puts
ankle?
his foot up and goes pop and breaks it. Axe kick.
Oh, you kick it with your feet?
Yep.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, that is a special gift and talent. Thank you. Let's go to our friend Kennedy.
I think that my special talent is art and Legos, because in our basement we have, me and my sister, we have a art studio and a Lego.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I've seen where some children have won national Lego contests too.
In high school they had one.
They had one? Okay. Well, good. You all are doing excellent, and you're well on your way to a great future. Did I get everyone's special gift and talent?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out in Radio Land, excuse me, you have been listening to these beautiful children from the Poynter Elementary School. And again, we'd like to thank Miss Kennedy Albrecht, 9 years old, Mr. Dustin Hoffman, 9 years old, Miss Madison Whiteman, 10 years old, and Mr. Eli Salas, 9 years old. All of these beautiful children are fourth graders at the Poynter Elementary School, accompanied today by Miss Dorothea Bovey, and the very fine principal there is Miss Trista Monna. And we would like to thank all the family members and parents of these beautiful children, as well as KBBG radio station and Waterloo Community School District for making the proper arrangements for these children to appear on Family Rewards of Life. And I'd like to say Mandina Uzuri Watoto, which means goodbye, beautiful children, in Swahili. And don't forget, tune in again next week for another edition of Family Rewards of Life. My name is Gloria Kirkland-Holmes. Please have a great day.
There comes a time